live. It's a short intro today. Good morning to Bead Maker and Coffee.
Good morning.
Monterey week for us. So best week of the year, every year for us, is to go to Monterey.
And it is.
Josh and Sydney and I are all together and in separate rooms.
Yep.
So funny. You gotta love that. Well, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How you doing? No coffee yet. This is going to be a problem.
No coffee.
This is going to be a problem. Too funny. All right. So everybody put in your questions because we're going to need some prompting. So yes, we are in, good morning, Thomas. We are in, let's see, where are we? We're in San Mateo. So we are here awaiting the arrival of the team, which it started off early this morning. So far, we've got some flight issues and things like that. So we're going to deal with those, which will be no problem. And so we're ready for that today. But so we all have just woken up here on the West Coast. Yeah. I'm like, where are we? What time is it? It's a lot earlier for Josh and I than it normally is. Yep. So yeah, way earlier.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. So we are so excited. Yesterday we all got here. Well, Josh got in on Saturday, but Keith and I got here early yesterday morning. And let's see, what did we do? We went to Costco. We got all the snacks and drinks, which is a very important part of the week. And then we went back to PNS in Hayward, and we got all of our vans. We got all the decals put on. I think Bob and I set a record. I think we did it in about 25 minutes or something crazy. We did it so quick. And so that was super fun. And then we just got all of our totes, bags, all that stuff packed. We got our surprises for the team ready. And so we were moving in the morning, and then in the afternoon when it went to unpack everything and organize everything, that took us down a little bit, but we got it. And, man, we're set. We're so excited.
We are ready to go. Yeah. I mean, Josh and I did our regular construction project, which actually, given the tools we were using, nobody lost a finger. So we're doing
Yeah.
It went pretty quick too.
No fat jokes injured in the making of our events. So yeah,
that saw looked a little bit crazy. Yeah,
it was a little sketchy.
Yeah,
that saw, man, that was good. That's vintage. That was that had some heft to it. So we're gonna have a few folks say hello this morning that should not be saying hello. They should be on a plane, but we'll get to that. So,
I know, it's like.
Yeah. Well, good morning, Alex. You guys are going to drive down and join us. For those that don't know, Alex went to Sacramento on Friday or Saturday?
Saturday. Yeah, which they best be in the car right now. I'm hoping that's why Joey's not checking in. I'm hoping Joey's driving.
Well, I hope he appropriately sanitized him and decontaminated him and put him in.
I know. The good news is they're awake. And Alex was like, he was putting Joey in the car whether he was sick or not. So I think they went to In-N-Out was their first stop when Alex landed. So yeah, we got a lot of people checking. That's so funny. And so yeah, they should be on their way. We've got a couple people driving. It looks like we've got a lot of the team in the comments right now. So that's great. So Thomas Oleski, good morning. He's one who's having a little bit of an issue getting here, but we're going to get him here. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah, just remember, Thomas, when you're dealing with those flight folks, it's not their fault, but be as nice as you can, as sweet as you can, and maybe they'll move you up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll figure out the rest. No worries.
On a lot of late planes, let me tell you.
Yeah. We got this. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
And Chad is with us this morning as well.
Good morning, Chad.
Nice.
Look at this. The TRC guys must be loitering at the airport.
Yes. Well, they're actually in Seattle, so they've already taken their first flight because they're the crazy ones that like to fly Delta from Boise.
Nothing wrong with
Carson, we're excited for you
Boise
to get
unless
here.
you're coming here. Then it's a problem.
Yeah, we're excited to see them. I'm excited to see everyone. I just kept looking at the teams last night, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Dawn, I think you can keep believing that it's just like Monterey.
Yeah. Nothing like it.
Yeah.
Oh, too funny. Gary.
Morning, Gary.
Morning, Gary.
We're going to have a great week, Gary. It's going to be epic. You guys need to stay tuned to all the socials. Who else's social media should they be paying attention to besides ours, Sydney, which we're the most important? But
Well, obviously the Rag Company. The Rag Company, I think, will be going live on TikTok. So I would definitely, I think they'll do some things on Instagram, but I think their focus will probably be on TikTok. So you'll want to follow TikTok on both the Rag Company and PNS. We're not super active on TikTok, but we're obviously on there. We have lots of videos on there. But I will say some of my ideas this week may make it to TikTok, but may not make it over to Instagram. So you're definitely going to want to follow the PNS TikTok, because some of them might be a little too either silly or whatever. So follow all of those. And then, just obviously, as soon as the team gets here, we'll start, day one, I usually put out a list of the whole team, and they'll all be tagged in the stories. And so, if you see somebody, you may want to make sure you're following them or whatever, but that usually comes out mid-morning on the first day. I've got to kind of get everybody in action to get that out. So, but yeah, so we'll put up everybody's, handle, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And then the Detail Grind boys will be doing whatever they do.
Yeah, they'll be on our channels though. So I'll be giving them my phone. And so they'll probably likely be going live on our channels. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know if they'll get in their own podcast on Friday night. That might be pushing it, but we'll see. They might rally and get back to Zach and do their podcast.
They could do it on the drive. That would be even more entertaining, because they've always wanted to do one from a Volkswagen. So it could be interesting.
Yep. Good morning, Lindsay. Oh my gosh, we cannot wait to see you.
I know.
She's delayed.
Take off, Lindsay, so I know you're coming.
Yeah, she's delayed as well, but she still makes the bus at the airport. So that's a key.
Yep.
Do you still make the bus? Gabe Garcia about to be in the house. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, let's do this. That's what we are so excited.
Good morning, Sarah.
Morning, Sarah.
So when we run through some more good mornings, do we want to go over real quick what our favorite product of the week was? We don't want to miss that.
No, we don't. So why don't you know what, Josh, you start.
Yeah, Josh, you start.
Okay. All right. Mine's Express. You can't ever go wrong with Express interior cleaner.
Yep.
Especially when you're cleaning a Volkswagen you haven't cleaned in about 3 months.
Yeah.
It might be a Volkswagen Atlas. I believe it's white, isn't it?
It would be.
Yeah. Nice. Chris Lee in the house. Chris is on his way as well. That's so exciting. So mine, gosh, have I already said therapy? Because I'm just obsessed with therapy. Absolutely obsessed with it. So if I haven't said it, I want to say that. Oh, and we should mention intervention finally hit the waves last week, right? And that's been pretty exciting. So the whole paint recovery series is out. Super excited about that. We could not be more happy about that. So check it out if you haven't. Therapy. I got a couple text messages from people last week using therapy that were like, this is just absolutely intoxicating. And it is. It is like, it's so nice to finish your paint correction with that. Like, just the scent of it is just amazing. So therapy. And then also, I still have to always give a shout to Clarity Cream. I had a ceramic maintenance that came in on a Denali truck, and it had been in the body shop, and, they get stuff oversprayed on them. And, so the windows were all just like super fine water spots, like the super, super fine ones, where it was like, I think a lot of people would have been just left it, not worried about it, because the customer probably couldn't even see them. But I just threw a pad on, threw some Clarity Cream on, literally one pass over each window. It made it perfect again. And I was just like, sometimes it's just so nice to have these tools that can just, make it so amazing, but with so little effort. And so I have to give a honorable mention to Clarity Cream last week.
Good
Love
choice.
it.
Yeah. Good morning to our friends in Singapore, BK. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to say it because it's going to be the product of this week. It's going to be absolute.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it kind
That's
of
why I
was your
put that up
product
on
of
the
the day
background. Yeah.
yesterday because you and Bob used it to.
Yeah, I used it for the decals. I
Figure out.
swear that worked so much better. We just soaked the decals down with Absolute and then stuck them on the window, made sure they were exactly where we wanted them to be. We could easily remove them and reposition them if we wanted. And then we just, once they were set in place, Bob went and squeegeed everything. And then we went and parked them in the sun and ripped the backing paper off a couple hours later. And it was so great. Yeah, no, we usually use like baby shampoo, and the Absolute was so great. Ryan, can't wait to see you. My goodness.
Yep. Good morning, Fine Details. XM6 Ghost is all over us today.
So he and Lindsay must both be coming out of Phoenix, but I bet they're on different flights.
Yeah.
JB is sitting on Doer's lap driving. That would be fun. I think it would actually have to be Doer sitting on JB's lap, but
I'm not sure how that would work. Yeah, just the leg length there. So, good morning, Aaron.
Morning, Aaron.
Yeah. And we're really not going to be in NorCal, though. We're going to kind of be in Mid-Cal.
Mid-Cal, yeah.
Is Mid-Cal a thing? We're going to make it a thing this week. So
yeah.
We're going to Mid-Cal.
Yep. Promise. I will be there. They're nice, super helpful. That's so great. I'm glad.
Yeah, and we are heading into northeast storm season where the thunder showers will delay everything.
Thomas, you got to tell them, like, you got to get me there. I got Ferraris to wipe down. They're waiting for me.
I don't think they'll give him much of a sympathy vote if he starts throwing the word Ferrari around. So,
oh well, maybe if he tells them it's not his.
Yes, Lindsay, we can't wait either.
Oh, Alan.
I know.
Serious FOMO week. I know, Alan. We would have loved to have you here.
He said it would have been more beneficial to be here than see, man. I agree. But yeah. All right.
Revive. Good morning from Brent.
Morning, Brent.
Yes, holding down the shop. I hope Tucker is on track. We've got some East Coast situations, so hopefully he is on track. But we're excited to have Tucker with us this week for sure. Thank you, Brent, for holding it down.
Because Tucker is on a plane, so.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's the good message.
That's the mission we're looking for here.
Yeah, Lindsay. Yeah, I'll try to not get banned from TikTok. Learn our lessons.
Well, we'll need people here to remind you of what the song actually is.
Right. Yeah. Alex, content itinerary. We're gonna work it out. So excited.
Morning, Jeff.
Morning, Jeff.
Ooh, I gotta turn my air conditioner off.
Okay, Alex
is
just here to do what I'm told. Right team approach, which is I'm just there to do what I'm told.
Yes.
That's my life approach, Alex.
Yep.
I know. Well, that's what Josh and I do, right? We deliver product. We deliver Fat Joes, and that's all we do. And we drive vans. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. Did you guys see yesterday my Fat Joe? He had his whole own seat on United. That was pretty funny and embarrassing when I had to grab him out of the overhead bin mid-flight because I was like, wait, there's a photo op here. Like, it's tough being a social media girl.
It is.
You got to do some crazy stuff that's kind of embarrassing.
I think you could get away with it better than Josh and I could, though.
Yeah.
Probably. Because people go, oh, that's cute. She has like a, it's like emotional support animal. I'm sure that's what they thought. Like, oh, look, she's a full-grown adult but needs a stuffed animal.
They'd be calling us creepy old men. So.
Well, I would just say that.
Oh yeah, true.
The last few weeks.
Yeah, try to get little kids to hold your little raccoon.
I think the last few weeks, though, we've earned the right to have some emotional support animals with the schedule of events has been significant. So this is a great question from Don. What products are we going to use in Monterey? All of them.
Yes. So
lots of Absolute.
Yes, all of them. Yes, Absolute. So I put this picture as our background today because this was the first year that we had Absolute knowingly. We did have it secretly the year before, so this was the knowingly. And so these photos were from Monterey on the lawn. And God, Absolute is the shining star of the week, though. I will for sure say we use so much of it, and it is absolutely amazing. So yes, so we start with Absolute. What other ones are some shining stars?
Defender kind of sets the table for the whole week because that's the
Yep.
primer that we put down for the whole week. Because we're going to wipe, just so everybody knows, we're going to wipe some of these cars down probably 6 times in 2 days. But we will do Absolute, Defender. Bob's favorite product of all time, Wipe and Shine, will be used heavily in rotation, literally on the tires. A lot of Reflect this year, I think, is going to be a key product. I'm excited about what we're going to do with that.
Reflect was a secret product last year, so we didn't get to use it too much. We did have it with us, but we didn't use it too much.
Paint gloss, of course, because the OG is the OG. Got to have paint gloss. So
we still use a decent amount of Bead Maker too.
Yep.
And then Dream Maker, we like to hit it with those because Dream Maker can go on top of the Defender fine. So we do Dream Maker right before they roll across the auction block. We use that a lot on the auction cars.
And Friday morning on the lawn after we've treated the cars the day before. A lot of Dream Maker because the moisture content on the cars makes a lot of difference.
And we do use Brake Buster, right? Because a lot of these cars come in and nothing has ever been done to them. A lot of the tires are brown and dry. And so we do go through a fair amount of Brake Buster, actually, and we rinse them with Absolute. So that works out nice. And then obviously, glass cleaner, we go through Dynamic on trim, things like that. And then we do still clean up a lot of interiors. So we use Express and we use a lot of Swift. Swift that's been a great one for Monterey, right? Just that quick clean and shine. Like there's a lot of convertibles and we'll always, use Swift on the seats just to make them pop. And we use a lot of them.
And then the supercars are always a pain in the neck because the carpet in those things seems to be a pain in the. And we got released this year. I did bring it. I made sure to put it in the box. So we're going to have release this year. And it's just a pretty superficial show for us. We don't really get a lot of deep interior cleaning. It's really, really the exterior we focus on the most. So Lindsay is back on track, but she's not on the plane. Hurry up. All right, Chris Benz. I got release in and used last week on gnarly dog hair removal job of a third row SUV. Our favorite. Made the process so much easier. I'm hooked. Awesome.
I love that. And still people, when they say, well, I don't know about release, I love it when you hear from people that have used it. They're like, no, it is different. It does work. Of course there's other hacks and solutions out there, but they're not ideal. The one that just keeps driving me crazy is the darn Downy.
Yeah.
You guys, you're leaving wax on the carpet. That's not good. Release, man, that is the one that, geez, and my kids think that's like the best thing ever.
Once you vacuum with it, you don't want to go without it.
Oh yeah, you can't do it without it. Yeah,
once you
for sure.
Iron with it, you can't go without it.
Yeah, I iron with it. Yeah, geez. Did you bring some just?
I will tell you.
Did you? Yeah, did you bring some just for us for the hotel, Keith?
We'll get an extra bottle. I will go to my training center cabinets and I will snag us a bottle. So.
Yeah.
I'll put it right here with the jug.
That'll come in really handy. We'll especially need that up Wednesday night before the party.
Yeah, I think that's kind of that. And then Josh and I will need it on our sport coats on Friday morning. So.
Yeah. Too fun. All right, Gary. Hey, folks, is it okay to use Bead Maker as a drying aid once a week? Will it cause any kind of negative buildup? I also use paint gloss midweek. Test it out. It probably won't be too much of an issue, but if you start to kind of get where you feel like it's starting to build up, because if you're hand washing your car, there's not really anything wearing the Bead Maker off, that I would maybe do every other time and maybe do paint gloss as your drying aid. On the other weeks, paint gloss is a great drying aid as well.
Or you can grab some spray it.
Yep. Or I even use Absolute at like 128:1 as a drying aid too. That's great.
Yeah, but we do wash, clay, seal, and most people, if you're doing that, you're using Bead Maker, and it doesn't really, and you kind of want Bead Maker to build up a little bit because that just gives you more protection.
Yeah, I could see though, if you're like on week 6 and you've only hand washed your car,
streaking a little bit.
There's probably going to come a point where it might start to fight back at you. Thomas, trust me, I offered to wipe down the plane. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Angela, good morning. I got up in time-ish. Well, ish is kind of the thing when it comes to travel and time today. So there you go.
Yeah.
And yes, go Birds.
She said also go Birds, go Birds, yes.
I'm going to just take that as go Birds, go Oregon Ducks. So there you go.
I just go football. Jeez,
Go Hawkeyes.
It is football
I'm
season.
so excited for football season. Yeah.
I already had the first round of preseason games. It's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, this is kind of.
Hello.
Here we go.
Lindsay, oh look, that white girl saved a raccoon. That's what they thought. Yeah, they thought, isn't she
We are
cute?
in full sarcasm mode at 6:40 in the morning. We're doing well.
I've been in sarcasm mode. Don't you remember yesterday?
Yeah.
Josh, yes, I have not forgotten. Frank says, I had 2 interior details over the weekend and release made them so easy. Love it.
All right.
Love
from Gabe. Not there for a long time, just for a good time. As Carson says, it'll be a fun week with everyone. Is Keith doing any professional ironing classes this week? Yes, I am.
Yes.
I have been looking for an intern for about 5 years. I thought I had one, but so I'm still looking for an intern.
My favorite time of ironing is when Keith lays the iron down on the shirt and just walks away. Like, he does that all the time. But Keith, I don't think you're going to be able to get away with that this year. I think the red cap shirts took that. I don't think these ones will take that.
Just watch Master Level at work later.
Okay, well, don't do it on mine. Joseph says, good morning. After doing a wash clay steel Defender on my daughter's car, she said to me, Dad, I don't even need to use my wipers. The rain just peels away. I have a new hobby for my retirement. Thanks. Love it.
Awesome.
Not just the best. It's just
I like that R word, retirement. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Yes, release is the
And good morning, Fast Eddies.
That is for
Hans is checking in from across the pond.
Nice. We are doing great. Thank you, Hans.
So, guys, we are going to kind of try and end a little bit on time today because we have some final pack to do. We've got to get into the rotation.
We have to get out of our hotel rooms. Eric says, product or process for heavy insect remover on non-ceramic coated vehicle. Well, I only use one thing, and it's called Bug Off. Coated, non-coated, Bug Off, and a Jersey bug scrubber from the rag company. It's like all magic.
Yep. And hey, hot car, hot day, direct sun, pre-wet. Otherwise, you can probably go direct on the paint. And then just leave it for a couple of seconds. You don't need to let it dwell forever. Just
don't let it
dry to all the areas you're going to apply it to, and then grab that Jersey bug scrubber, dipped in your wash bucket, and go to town.
Yep. Lance, I'm still using my gallon of paint gloss for my release agent. Love the smell. Great.
Well, when you burn through that thing and you're ready to move to the next level, then release will be waiting for you.
Yep. Super Auto, always late. Great podcast to make this a long drive go by so quickly. Glad we can be here for you.
Hey guys, we're running out of comments. You guys got to dive in there. So, all right. Is there a P&S product at the moment you guys would like to shine some light on that others should try?
Oh, what a good question.
I've always got one, and it's always the same one, and it's always Spray It. I love Spray It.
Okay.
Yeah, Spray It is a great product. It was kind of it was our wax version of a Bead maker, mist and wipe, spray on protectant, and it's, by the way, that's a great drying aid as well.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I'm going to go EnviroClean because I just don't think we play enough with EnviroClean. I just think it is. You got a super grimy vehicle. It is a absolute beast on a pre-soak. And somebody told me they put 6 to 8 ounces in a foam cannon with water, and then they foam it onto their car. And it is wicked. So that is their quote. I don't know that I've ever tried it, but now I want to. So.
I'm going to go with TrueView. I think that, we obviously all love Reflect and all that, but TrueView, I think, is one that glass cleaners are kind of boring. but then you hear about all these fancy glass cleaners that, it's just kind of a thing. And people talk about glass cleaners. And I always look and go, dude,
Yeah.
TrueView has never, ever let me down. It is just a really, really good glass cleaner. And this week we moved my daughter apartments. And so the girls, I had to go in and clean all their bathrooms and their mirrors. And two of the girls had looked at me and said, I already cleaned my mirror. And I was like, okay. And of course, Delaney has TrueView as her glass cleaner there. And so I went and cleaned, they all have the full length mirrors in their rooms, and then they have their bathroom mirrors. And so I went and cleaned all the mirrors, and they had this big circle mirror that they had hanging in their kitchen. And when I had done all the bathroom mirrors, I was like, oh man, this works so good. They just came out, looked like a brand new mirror, right? And this big circle mirror had so much film and grease, from being in the kitchen. It was just disgusting. And so Mike hung it up on the wall, and I just sprayed it with TrueView. And like Mike and Delaney and her friends were all standing in the kitchen and I literally just went over it one time, and I looked in the mirror and I turned around and looked at them, and they were all like, like they just were, that was crazy. It cleaned it so fast and it looked so nice. And even Delaney was like, God, TrueView is so good. And so I think it's just one of those things where it's like glass cleaners are not exciting. And, a glass cleaner is a glass cleaner, but I've used some bad ones. And I think I look at TrueView and I go, this has literally never let me down ever. And I love it in my house. So if you don't have a bottle for your house, you should get one, because it's great. Like, oh my gosh.
I guess that's the thing. Glass cleaners aren't sexy until you get a bad one, and then they're the opposite of sexy, right? So
yeah, and I've used bad ones where the customers come back and go, my windows are all streaky. And so TrueView's just never let me down. I just love it, and I especially love it in the house. So
I love that we're giving the
that's the one I think we don't talk about
today. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Stevie is on his way. So Stevie and Kiki are coming up.
Nice.
I'm super excited to see Kiki again. If anybody has ever seen a PNS wrapped van, there's a detailer buffing on the backside coming right at you in traffic. That's Kiki.
Yeah.
So he's the guy on the door, man. He's the guy. So and we took that picture here at Monterey years ago, and so I'm excited to have him back again this year.
Yeah. So Stevie, here's the deal. There is detailing stuff at PNS, but Keith and I won't be there. So there's also no wash bay.
But we can rinseless.
Well, not on Bob's new floor.
No, we don't have to do it inside. Yeah.
Okay. Bob, the floor's not new. He just cleaned it, and I don't think he would want anyone to wash a car there right now. No, Steve, we have lots of stuff, but you can rifle through and find whatever you need. You might just need some bug remover or something, but we won't be back, honestly, till probably close to 12:31. But Bob and Ian and everybody will be there, so you may want to check in at the front office first when you get there.
And just so you know, we are having lunch today about 1:00 as a team. And, we are getting our favorite. If you know PNS, you know what our favorite is. And anybody who wants to chime in with a guess for our favorite lunch food, let us know. Yeah. EJ, what's up, brother?
Nice to see ya. John Folks, good morning. Oh, we will have a great time. We are literally, we cannot wait. Chad Emerson, what are your thoughts on the label on stout? I feel the label needs a spot to see how much left.
Just cut yourself a little. That was something we have discussed. I think we're trying to do a label revision to.
We are, but you know what happens when you get the label and they're that size, there's not anything you can do until it's time to get new labels. So but I feel you on that.
So you guys need to buy like 4,000 more bottles of stout so we can then go to the label change.
Yep. Alex, are we selling signed copies of the team photos this year? If you can, go for it.
You know what, Alex, I will challenge you. If you come to SEMA and are willing to sign them in the booth this year, we'll sell
them. Ooh. You can pocket the tips.
That's right.
Alex.
We'll let you sell them for tips.
X6M Ghost says, sorry for my lack of knowledge, does paint gloss leave any protection? And if not, what is the difference between paint gloss and bead maker? Josh.
Yes, paint gloss leaves a little protection behind. It's just a little wax protection. Bead maker is a
very temporary,
a polymer protectant, so it's going to last considerably longer.
Yeah.
You're looking at what, maybe a week with paint gloss, as opposed to 3
I'd
to 6 months
a couple
with
of
bead
days
maker.
with paint gloss, maybe.
Yeah, probably only a couple days. Yeah. And so paint gloss is a detailer. It's considered in a detailer. Bead maker is in the paint sealant department. So they are different. But yes.
Yeah, and the bead maker has the SiO2 base to it for it's not a ceramic spray. We don't really like that term, even though that's kind of the category it would fall in. It's an SiO2 spray sealant, so it's a cross-linking polymer that's going to give you good durability for anywhere upwards of 6 months plus with that product, if well cared for. Paint gloss is really just a temporary product that's got some silicone residual left behind for a day or two. So you're going to get the smoothness and the slickness, but it's really a quick detailer.
Yeah.
And paint gloss has a little bit of cleaner in it, just a little bit, and bead maker has none of that in it. So,
Gary, thanks. I'll switch up to using paint gloss as a drying aid every other week. Have a great week. That's awesome. I think you'll love it.
You'll love it. Plus, the smell is just another aroma to love. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. Fast Eddie says, absolute rinseless wash, whether in a spray bottle or solution in a bucket all day, every day. My Corvette Club loves this product. Awesome. Yes, I love that. Whether in a spray bottle, I love it. Alex, what is the scent of paint gloss? I was just going to ask this. This is funny. Joey and I were trying to figure it out last night. So I think it's one of those things where I think I know the answer, but I think people smell different things. I remember years ago somebody telling me banana, and I was like, there's no way that's banana. I smell chai tea.
I always thought cinnamon, but to me it smells like bubble gum and cinnamon mix.
I think it's bubble gum. But I do smell cinnamon, which is where I'm getting the chai for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what it officially is. I think there's some sort of like allspice type name to it or something like that. So it's kind of got a
I'm not sure, but I do
thing to it. More cinnamon than it might be cinnamon bubblegum. Who knows? I have asked Dave for years that, and really good.
But I don't know though, because there is a bit of a nutmeg side though, but there is a bit of other spice other than cinnamon though.
Yeah.
So
I think we're going to call it the allspice flavor. That's what we're going to go with. We're going to make something up today. There we go. Dave will correct us, I'm sure. So Steve Pearson, best logo in the business. T8, I'm revisiting my glass cleaner lineup. I really like using reflection on interior glass. So do we.
So do I, but if I have one that comes in with like doggy noses, which I get a lot of doggy noses, I always start with True.
Yeah, I kind of look at it like that's kind of my cleaner, my cutter, to cut through all the dirt and the grime and the junk, and then reflects my treatment.
Yep.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do need to try TrueView. I just love it. Yes, Stevie, all jokes aside, we have a ton of bugs. Well, we can help you out.
Do you have a license to transport those across state lines in California?
We have. Well, he's not crossing straight lines.
County lines. You have a license to cross county lines?
But you know what we have, Stevie? We have Epic.
Yeah.
We have Epic waterless wash. You could just soak down the front, wipe all the bugs off. It's going to be great.
I don't think I have Epic.
You don't have Epic?
I may have one bottle. I may have one bottle of it.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Oh, so Lance Scott says, windshields always give me issues. It is the most frustrating part of most of my details. Love using TrueView. Yeah, I think that's the thing is, Sydney always says this when we get to glass polishing, right? It's that chef's kiss to get just ideally perfect glass. And I think that's what separates you from just the hobbyist a lot of times is the ability to get the final part of it done right, which is the glass.
Yeah. Yep. Stevie says, sounds good. See you guys there.
So I'm taking it Kiki's probably driving because.
Yes. It's funny how we don't hear from Kiki or Joey.
They can't defend themselves.
Yeah. Yes, welcome,
All right, I am
Steve.
going to skip Alex's comment here because he's not allowed to vote. I think we already told him what lunch was.
Oh, I don't think I did
Oh,
actually.
okay. Here we go.
I don't think I
Yes,
did. I don't think I told him. Of
of
course
course
it's
it's
tacos.
tacos.
Is there any other options? It's
We can do
tacos.
tacos.
I have this.
We did 2 tacos 2 days in a row the last time Sydney was in the training center.
Yeah, my training class, they said, let's have the same exact thing we had
Yeah,
yesterday morning or
Sydney
yesterday for
was.
lunch, the tacos. Yeah, I
You
got
didn't
this
even get a chance to
great
present
taco
it.
place.
You said, so we have some
I
options,
know.
and the guy's hand
Yeah,
went up, tacos. I'm like, okay.
tacos. They all said tacos. So yeah, we're doing tacos
Good morning,
today.
Bob.
Mainly
Morning, Bob.
because, good morning, Bob. Yeah, because people will just, be popping in. We're not sure. All right, Steve says, X6M Ghost, keep asking questions. It's great for all of us. I'm on here all the time, but I still learn new things from PNS. Yes, ask all the question. That's what we're here for. Oh my gosh. What? Sorry, I'm reading ahead in the comments. Chris Spence, can you give a quick compare and contrast to your product lines? For example, Breakbuster and Knockoff. Yeah, I do love this question. So, Knockoff is more of an old school wheel cleaner. It's not labeled as a wheel and tire, but it does actually clean rubber pretty well. Breakbuster is a foaming, newer technology wheel and tire combo cleaner. For me personally, because I know there's a lot of people that like knockoff out there. For me personally, I don't like to use knockoff in a spray bottle, but I do use knockoff every single detail because I put it in my bucket. So I have knockoff hooked up to my Chemtrol, and so mine comes out in my bucket. That is my wheel bucket, is knockoff. It's pretty heavily diluted, and so then I spray my wheels and tires with Crystal Wash, Breakbuster, and then all of my brushes and what's kind of scrubbing is knockoff. That combo for me works great, but I know there's a lot of people out there that love knockoff. I think it's one of those things where I started with Breakbuster and I love Breakbuster, and so my brain wasn't open to knockoff. It's not the product's fault.
Yeah, so knockoff is a dilution ratio probably between 4 and 6 to 8 to 1.
Yeah.
Anybody who's gone to the training center classes, I always throw a little bit of boost of Breakbuster into my wheel bucket because I don't have knockoff, in the training center. But knockoff would be my wheel bucket one. We built knockoff as a high alkaline product, and it's a pretty hot product for the online tire cleaning process in a car wash. That's what that product was built for. We adjusted a little bit when we moved it into Chemtrol. Breakbuster was designed by Dave to mimic wheel acid, but in an alkaline product. So there's a lot of solids in Breakbuster that are not necessarily in your standard kind of, I say, more traditional high pH wheel cleaner, which is what a knockoff really is. So that's kind of the difference between the two. Wow, we got 3 out of 5 Chemtrol products today. We got to just keep on plowing through.
Nice. I love it. What are we missing? Tempest? You want me to talk about Tempest?
Tempest,
Man, that's a product that I should have said instead of TrueView.
Yeah.
But Tempest is, geez, that's like the one product I wouldn't want to be without. X6M Ghost. As much as I love PNS, same. That's the beauty of detailing.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, no, Tempest is 10 to 1. There isn't a WeatherTech mat made that's going to stay dirty.
No, and that's the crazy thing is I watch all these videos where people are out there with scrub brushes and hand brushes and they're spending 45 minutes on the mats, and I'm like, I spray mine with Tempest and rinse them and done. Well, I never scrub them. I mean, like literally probably 1 in, I don't know, 50 sets of mats do I actually get the drill brush out. Otherwise, I just spray them with Tempest and rinse. It's amazing. It's so good. And I think my favorite thing about it is I've used other degreasers before and they can like bleach stuff or whiten it or fade it. Never had that with Tempest. Ever. It's my favorite engine degreaser.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go through a lot of Tempest.
Yeah.
A lot.
Tempest is just a secret weapon. I mean, that's probably a product back to the earlier question, we don't talk about that product enough because it was
yeah, that's what I was saying. I probably should have said that instead of TrueView because like for my bottles that I refill my Tempest bottle 4 times a week, and other ones I refill every 4th week. that's how much Tempest I go through. I go through a lot of Tempest.
Imagine how much faster that cooler would have cleaned up yesterday if we'd used Tempest, Josh.
Yeah.
We did use Hot Shot to clean the P&S ice chest yesterday.
Nice.
So I think it's brighter than it's ever been.
Oh boy, look at this. Alex says, Joey and I are planning a PNS themed calendar at Monterey. We need a crate shipped to SEMA to sell them. Oh wow.
We will be shipping a crate to SEMA, so let us know. Yeah.
Yikes. That sounds
I'm on board.
fun. Josh will help. Gabriel.
Good morning, Gabriel.
Keith, Josh, and Queenie. Good morning, Gabriel.
Yeah. All right. Here's a great one. So I remember hearing that crystal washes is good for declogging a coating. Is there a recommended way to use it for declogging? Well, the same way we always use it.
Yep.
Same way we always use it. Just spray it on the dry car and
let it dry, and it'll look like cut crystal, and then just wash it off.
Yep. It's pretty fancy. Love it.
Pretty fancy. Okay. So he meant Dreammaker.
He meant Dreammaker. When he was asking about what was the difference between paint gloss and bead maker, I think he meant Dreammaker. So Dreammaker, unlike all the other products basically that PNS has, is it only has one job, and that is just to make paint shine. But it's not leaving behind any protection. It's not doing any cleaning. It's literally just popping the gloss. That's all it does temporarily. But Dreammaker's awesome.
We like to say it's full of fillers now.
For when you just need to show up.
Yeah, but not the kind of fillers that you think of that would be in old school polishes and compounds.
Visual fillers. Yeah.
It's really just micro particulate that just gloss enhances because it just fills all the paint that way. So,
yeah.
All right. So John Folks is coming in saying it's bubblegum. And I think we're probably all.
I've heard people say that. I
smell a little more spice.
I smell chive.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like I don't know. Maybe it's like Thanksgiving bubblegum. I don't know. I've heard bubblegum as well.
All right. So I've got a question.
Sarah, this is a good one. Is there any way to tell if a vehicle has some kind of product that covered up scratches? I had a Yukon on Saturday that after I washed it with Absolute, I saw scratches, and of course it was black. Rehab and therapy did an amazing job. So, I mean, I just always kind of know after I wash them, and if all of a sudden a bunch of scratches appear, that they weren't from the wash. I mean, it's pretty obvious when there's a lifetime of scratches under there, right? Not just a few towel marks. And so that happens all the time. Usually it's people have, if they go to the car wash and it has a good rinse system, it maybe have covered up, or if they just bought it at a dealership, I'm always very wary because usually the dealerships put something with all kinds of filler on there. So I just usually explain that to the customer that, now that I've washed and deconned their car, there's, a bunch of scratches. If they're just there for a detail, I don't usually say anything. I talk to them about it at the end. Because generally speaking, the customer doesn't see that. And then if we're doing paint correction, then I obviously talk to them about it. The other thing is that I always let them know, if they bought like a brand new car, not a brand new car, but a new car from a dealership, I say, generally, there's probably like waxes on here that are hiding the scratches. And so those are most likely going to be revealed, but we want to get that stuff off there so we actually know what we're dealing with. And then I just explain to them that, I don't use products like that just because I don't want them to go get it washed in a couple weeks and then be disappointed because all of a sudden there's a bunch of scratches. So it definitely is a conversation opener, but yes, I see that all the time.
Yeah. And Josh, you've dealt with it for years in the dealer business because that's very common. The old school one steps, which, used to have basically a combination of a polish with a wax built into them. That's what they were designed to do. They were designed to do some light correction, but not a lot. And they were designed to fill in all those swirls and make the car look good. So it, go down the road for a couple of weeks and look really nice.
Yeah. And definitely a time and place for them. Right. Totally. So, but yeah, I usually just, every situation is different, but I usually just walk it through with the customer and explain what's going on.
All right. Hey, we got some good news coming out of the Pennsylvania area.
Yeah.
Thomas is on a plane.
That's what I was reacting to earlier. That's so exciting. So Thomas, send us the details. Like, are you getting here
Yeah.
sooner? Like, let us know. We're so excited.
Yeah. Well, I will promise you this: if you're not here by 2:00, you ain't getting no tacos though, because this
Right. That is the kicker. That
negative
is
is missing
the
the
kicker.
hit time, but it's all good.
No
No
tacos.
tacos for you.
But we'll take a late Thomas. It's fine. Joseph Fuller, I'm waiting to use all my Stoner Invisible Glass to order a gallon of TrueView. Great product and value. Yes. So Joseph, here's the thing too. When you get your gallon of TrueView, you dilute it like 4-to-1 or 8-to-1, however you like it. But so that gallon of TrueView is going to last you the rest of your life. It's going to last a long time.
And
like literally, and I'm not joking. Like I think I still have the same gallon from like 5 years ago.
there's nothing wrong with the
yes.
Stoner glass cleaner. It's a good product. We know the folks at Stoner have forever. They make good stuff. The challenge with all the aerosols is the same challenge they all have, which is it's $5 or $7 or $8 a can, and gets a little spendy to use on a regular basis. So the value of TrueView is in the ability to dilute it and how long you're gonna be able to make that product work. So all right, Steve Pearson's back at us. Before you all sign off, can you let us know how we can follow along on everything Monterey?
Yes. So for sure on our social media, so Instagram, Facebook, we'll try to really share everything in the Bead Maker Lounge for sure. That just takes me remembering to go in there and share it. So make sure you follow the Instagram, but here's probably the most important thing is follow the stories. Like check out the stories because a lot of it goes in stories. So all of our, we put stuff in stories, but then everything that we share from the team goes in stories as well. So lots and lots of stories. So make sure you watch the stories. And then obviously on TikTok and on all platforms across everything is just PS Detail Products. And so that doesn't change between any of them. YouTube, there probably won't be too much on. So you don't need to watch YouTube right now. Like those will be for the edited later stuff. But so for sure, Instagram, Facebook. Now, I don't know. I've had trouble with Instagram posting our reels to Facebook. So just make sure you watch Instagram and the stories. A lot does go on Facebook, but sometimes the reels don't capture over.
So one thing I would recommend to everybody, if you kind of want to know what Monterey Week kind of feels like, the best look feel of Monterey, we're talking about this video yesterday, is a video Sydney built for us last year for SEMA release. Who is PNS and what does it mean to you? That is probably the coolest video we've put out in a long time. The other thing, guys, is you're not going to see everything from Monterey this week. Sydney's done an amazing job with our team of capturing that stuff and releasing it over the course of the year. So there'll always be a nugget that kind of drops at some point when you're not expecting it.
Yeah, and maybe we'll set up on the lounge, maybe we'll set up a thread for the team to put their handles because honestly, like the stuff we do is fun and I love making the videos for everybody, but I think seeing it from the detailer's eyes is maybe a little bit more impactful. That I would actually love if people would follow the team members because we fully allow them to use their phones and post whatever they'd like and everything. And honestly, thinking back in the past, that's some of the coolest footage is to see it from their eyes and their perspective. So I think we'll do that. I think we'll set up a thread for anybody who's comfortable having people follow them. To watch them too and support the team this week. They've all worked hard and done amazing things to get here with us, and so maybe we'll do that so that you guys can watch them too, just to make sure, because we don't necessarily we share it if it's their story, but they'll have videos on their pages as well. So I would love for you guys to check them out too, because from their eyes is obviously a lot.
And we can run through the list of names on the team this year before we get off, but I will tell you there are some really good social media follows on this team this year. I wouldn't want to miss a few of these people's posts. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. So I'll do that right now. So let me just go through. Should I announce the teams they're on? We haven't necessarily announced the teams, but
team review. Here we go.
Okay. Okay, so we have up first with Chris Lee from McMinnville, Oregon, who is our team lead for this team. Their team name is the Trash Pandas. And on this team, we have Doug Cunningham, Carson Black from TRC, Gabe Garcia from TRC. So you're definitely going to want to follow those two. Miguel Saavedra, who is from the Bay Area here. He is actually our Spanish trainer for PNS University. Absolutely amazing human being. Mike Botello, Ryan Smith, Chris Blaisdell, and Tucker Mathiasen are on that team. Second team, which is the Cheeseheads, led by Eric Rutledge from Wisconsin. We've got Kiki Sanchez, Alex Dewar, Joey Belinsky, Ryan Weiss, Thomas Oleski, Lindsay Rose, Stevie Sanchez, Nathan Warren, and Jason Robert Otterness. What a team.
It'd be a great team.
So Jason, so lots of great, people that are really good at social media. So we'll definitely make that thread for guys. Whoa, look who showed up.
I'm paying attention.
Lots of fat Joes. You guys, there's going to be more fat Joes than you've ever seen in your life. I will tell you that.
I got the starter pack right here.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Holy moly.
I told you I got a bag full of Joes. And look at that. I even got a nest bag.
Wow. So oh my gosh. That's too funny.
So, it's going to be a great team. I mean, I cannot wait to see some of these guys post, and it's just going to be a great time. So let's go back to a little bit of business here. We got to ask a question. Best chemical to attack baked on brake dust on the machined lip of wheels. So I'm going to let Josh go first. What's your go-to?
I don't know if I can say it or not.
You can say whatever you want.
You can say
it. I've recently Wheel Deals kind of become my go-to for all that. But normally, Crystal Wash and then Brake Buster would probably handle that pretty good.
Yeah. So
same. I mean, I do Crystal Wash, Brake Buster, Iron Buster maybe, and then if you can't get it off, then you go to the something a little more bite.
Yeah, I would probably say I'd start with Brake Buster just because I'd start with Brake Buster. But in a pinch, if I can get away with it, and used to be when I was in the factory, I could. I would go grab some wheel acid. I'd get some Mag Wheel Plus and see what I could do. But the Wheel Deal is a little bit of a secret weapon. We're, first rule of the Wheel Deal is,
we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. But we should, because it's a great product, and it has been one we've had for a number of years. And it's not Wheel Deal, it's CBC Wheel Deal, in honor of our distributor out of Nashville area, Daniel Pitts and his team, because they're the ones who asked us to build that for them, and we did. And that has a mint smell to it. I do know that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mark Abar, good morning, PNS team. I'm using my last box of Legend and Inspiration fabric today on this 2025 350 Lexus. I figured it was a good candidate. Have a great week, everyone. Wow. That is fun. Both two Legends right there.
Yep. All right. And look at that. Cheeseheads. There we go.
Cheeseheads. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Well, that's all I got for comments. So we're like 5 minutes ahead.
Nice. We're right on time. Well, I say we kick this party off. So let's talk about, let's run through the schedule for the week so everybody knows where we're at. So today we have everybody traveling in. Should all be here by about 1 p.m. We've got some late arrivers, but everybody should be here by about 1 p.m. And then we load up 2 huge Sprinter vans. We have a 15 passenger and a 12 passenger, and they're packed to the gills. And we drive to Monterey, which is about an hour and 45-minute drive?
Yeah, about that. Yep.
Yeah. So we get there, and then this mayhem ensues that is checking into the hotel rooms. That's always a good time, real good time. And I feel bad for anybody that comes in at the same time as our crew, because it's, and so that takes a good hour, 2 hours or so. Everybody goes and gets settled in their room. Usually by that point, it's about dinner time. And so we go to this great outdoor brew pub place, and we eat outside and play games, and the team gets to know each other. It's really, really great. And then starting off early tomorrow morning, so Tuesday, We have some special events planned for the team in the morning that we don't talk about till we get there. And then we head over to the Jet Center, usually late morning. We kind of get a lay of the land. We meet with the, the Broad Arrow group and all of that. And we kind of get a lay of the land. We set up our base and we ship the kids out and have them start wiping down cars, right? And so they're getting them ready for, there's an auction preview the next day before the party. And so we're just getting everything ready, getting everything wiped down. A lot of the cars are still coming in, getting into place. So it is a little bit of a later afternoon for us. And then we're usually done about 6, right? 5 or 6
first day
in the afternoon. Yeah. And then we head out to dinner with the
Yep.
team. We go back kind of near where our hotel is. We go to dinner with the team. Wednesday is a long day, really long day. We leave super early in the morning. We head out to the Jet Center. We wipe down cars all day. That's when the whole party's coming together. There's construction everywhere. And so this whole party comes together all in one day, and we're wiping down cars. That is also the day that we're doing all of our photos and all of that kind of stuff. And then usually we wrap up around 4. The party starts at 5. The auction starts. So then we all change into nicer clothes, but we're still working the auction. And we're usually there till pretty late, 10
usually 10
or so.
Yeah.
And then we have an hour drive back to our hotel. So that's a long day, but super fun. It's the most action-packed day. And then Wednesday, we get to sleep in a little bit.
Thursday,
sorry. Thursday, we get to sleep in. And by a little bit, I mean like 20 minutes. And then we go wipe down the cars again because they have another auction on Thursday. So we wipe all the wine off from the party the night before.
And it literally is
from the tipsy
wine
ladies.
spilled on the cars.
Literally. So we go wipe the cars down again, and then we head to the Quail, and we have a fun lunch at the Quail, and then the Quail cars start arriving at the golf course, and we start wiping those down. Then that's where we split into 2 teams. One team goes back to the Jet Center for the auction that night, and the other team stays at the Quail and starts that whole wipe down process. That will be a late evening this year. It'll be a late dinner. And then Friday morning, we're up at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And everybody has to pack. We have to check out of our hotels. I think we leave at 4 a.m. It's pretty crazy. And then we head back to the Quail. It's freezing and there's dew all over the cars. It's the most amazing thing ever. And we wipe all the cars down again, and the show opens at 9 a.m. So imagine that. We got to get there. We got to get everybody loaded. We got to get everybody coffee, and we have to wipe down 200 cars before 9 a.m.
Yep. But there's nothing like, probably my favorite morning.
Oh, it's always my favorite morning. It's early, but it's always my favorite morning.
I mean, just watching that sun come up, we know the dew is on the cars. We don't care. And if we put it on there right, I mean, we've gotten some incredible, water beating shots on the lawn, but to just have that. And I was in the event business for years, and that was kind of my favorite thing, kind of a fall morning, sun's coming up, the day's breaking, and then we get out there and we go after it. And we just make those cars just pop, and it's kind of that final touch to the week to cap it off and really finish in style. And every year's team just finishes with their own style, but they finish in style. It's just a great feeling for them, It used to be a little less pace for us when we didn't have the auction. But I think the auction, really kind of gets us ramped up. And there's just
I love it.
So much.
I love the auction. I absolutely love the auction.
I will say, when they went to the auction on Wednesday night, there was some magic to that coming along. So there will be a lot of magical moments along the way. And, one of the things that we try to do, the 3 of us, is kind of sidle up to the team captains and the teammates and go, hey, how cool is this? And because a lot of times you're in the throes of it, right? And you're not paying attention. Then you stop and you go, wow, I just put a $3 million, Bugatti up on the stage under the lights. This is pretty cool. You got to take a moment to really appreciate where you're at. So there's some fun stuff that comes along. Alex, I love you, brother, but your Tetris skills probably Yeah, master level here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done this a few times.
Yep.
Couple of weeks. Yep.
Yeah. And then Friday, the show opens at 9. The team runs out to the van. They change into partier clothes,
Yeah, we
right?
call that
And
coastal
we
costume.
head back into the quail, and then cocktail clothes, and then we head back in, and it's so great. We just are show attendees for a couple hours before we have to head back to the hotel, or not to the hotel, to the airport. And then we take everybody back to the airport and ship them back home, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is an amazing experience. I like to tell everybody it is the chillest week of detailing
Yeah.
you'll ever have.
Yeah.
And there's never another week like that week.
No.
Every team is different.
Yeah.
This is year 8
Yeah.
for me, year 10 for the team overall.
Yep.
And every team is different, and they have their own groove and their own
Yeah.
vibe, and they're all fantastic. So I'm excited to see how
Yep.
this team kind of comes together, and its personality, which there's a lot of personality here to have. So it's going to be just a hell of a good time.
Yeah, it is. We can't wait for everybody to get here. Yes, Alex, hoping to really soak in this experience. Super thankful to be involved. We are honestly, like, I'm so excited that Alex
It's
is
gonna be a
coming.
blast.
Literally so excited. Yeah.
Well, we've always kind of had
So
one
excited.
international team member. Last year we had Alejandro from Costa Rica, and we have Chris Santo from Canada. We've always had a little bit of and we have a really great demographic. We get East Coast, Southeast. I'm thrilled and we have, everybody from veterans. I mean, Doug's been with us now. This is, I think, his third one or fourth one with us, Doug Cunningham. And then we get guys that, just have been in our industry stalwarts. Like, Jason's going to be awesome to have on the team. But so is Nathan Warren. I mean, Nathan has been in business for 30-something years. And for us to extend an opportunity for him to come, because we're excited to have him. And we're more excited to have him than I think even he is to be here. And that says a lot. But it's such a great mix. And then we've got some younger detailers who've been at it for a short time. The mix is always just so amazing. For me, it's always the people, right? The cars are cool, but the team and the people and the stuff just the mix is so much fun.
Yes, I was going to say, let's answer this question for Juice real quick. So, can I use paint gloss before I polish, or does it need to be panel wiped? You can absolutely use it before. I mean, it's going to polish off, but you don't need to panel wipe it before you polish. You're not going to load up your pads or anything else.
In the old days, Josh and I would probably have pre-spritzed a foam pad with paint gloss as a lubricant for maybe a drier compound.
Yep. No, you're good. You are fine. And Markabar says, okay, you made me jealous. Well, we want everybody to come along with us. So definitely please do interact with everybody's social media. I know the team would love the support, and so we'll definitely get that list up there. I'll probably put it up as we're leaving Hayward. I just want to make sure with everybody before I put it out there that they're okay with, their handles being out there. So I'll wait till everybody's landed and we make sure. But I do have that list. So I will put it up on the Bead Maker Lounge. So for anybody listening that's not in the lounge, go join right now, Bead Maker Lounge on Facebook, because we'll put that private list up there. We won't put it out publicly. Follow all those guys, pay attention, and, we'll do the best we can on getting stuff up. It is always hard for me to get stuff up because I'm running around like crazy, but I'm going to really try to force myself to sit down a couple times a day and get posts out. So, and for sure stories, because I want everybody to see it. It's so amazing. And we would love to have everybody watching.
And our team does amazing work. They really do. So follow and share us on Facebook, on your Instagram, join our channel, follow our channel on YouTube, smash that like button, do all the stuff. I actually think, Sydney, this is the first time I remembered without having to be reminded by Gabriel to say all that. So I'm doing well.
Yeah. And also go watch that YouTube video from last year. Amazing. So it's called Who is PNS? You'll really get a sense of what this trip means to people and kind of where it came from and stuff like that. It's a really good video. I mean, it's it's the people's answers that are just, you know, I remember filming that last year and it was hard to not get choked up a lot with talking to people. So go watch that video if you want to kind of get a sense of the Monterey experiences, you know, from the detailer's perspective.
Yep.
So,
all right, we got a question here. What's P&S's all-in-one? Well, you got.
oh my gosh, it's the best.
Don't always the answer.
I'm gonna let you say
Ultra
it,
polish
Keith. It's
is
your
always the answer.
Yep.
So Ultra Coat Polish. So Juice Ultra Coat Polish, which in the quart it's called UCP 1987. In the pint it's called Ultra Coat Polish. Same product. It is actually the first product that Dave Phillips made on behalf of P&S back in 1987, 86, 87. So I think he made it in 86 and it came out in 87. And it's still to this day killer product, absolutely killer product. So you do some UCP 1987 with Defender over top.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, Gabriel.
We wish you all a good time and enjoy.
Thanks,
we
buddy.
will, and we hope you're there watching with us. Yeah. Yep. UCP.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabriel, Playmaker. I like UCP better.
Yeah, so
more user friendly.
Yeah. Playmaker has done a good job. It may have a little more cut than Ultra Coat, but the nice thing with Ultra Coat is you have the solvency in it. It's going to really hydrate old paint. It's going to, you know, and this is where you're going to use it, right? It's an all-in-one. It's on paint that's not really worthy of coating, but needs to be, you know, touched up and needs a little improvement in the appearance. And so that's kind of why we would use it in that environment. You know, quick detail product for like a car dealership. It's a great fit there as well. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are at 7:38. I think we got to meet downstairs at 8 o'clock. And
we still got to pack.
We got to get some coffee. Yeah. Still got to pack. Yep. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to see you all in the comments all week long. And, for all the team that's still on. I think everybody has boarded their flights now. There was a lot of them here this morning, but I think they've all boarded their flights. We haven't gotten any more 911 texts, so let's hope that everything goes smoothly from here on out. And I will see both of you down in the lobby here shortly.
All right, guys. We'll see you this week.
All right.